Hello, friends. Welcome to it's time. Y'all already know it is eclipse season. So we're gonna be talking things all day long about this eclipse in Leo, South Node eclipse in Leo, mind you, at that. It's a special one. It hits close to my soul because I have a South Node in Leo. My North Node is in Aquarius. I feel like a lot of the work that I have done initially with my astrology work has been an exploration of what this North and South Node mean. So today I wanted to spend some time to break down what the South Node and the North Node are really all about. What do they look like in Leo, in Aquarius? As an evolutionary astrologer, I work super close with the nodes as these karmic keys, not necessarily like, oh, this is some debt you have to pay. More so looking at the energy we come into this world with, its comfort zones, its shadow, its beautiful parts as well, and how to bring it into the North Node. So if you have a North or South Node in either Leo or Aquarius, you will get something really beneficial from the next like 10, 15 minutes we get to share together. Once I go through the astrology and I give the little forecast, I will go into little mini 15-minute readings where I will pull up people's charts, read them for 15 minutes, and go from there. So there's that as well. So give me just 1 second here to get everything together. There we go. Bam. Bam. So anybody in the space? Do y'all have a full an eclipse? I'm sorry, a north or south node in Leo. Anybody in the space? Let's talk about it. So there's that. Just want to get my live over here going. I'm in multiple screens right now. So I'm on Instagram live right now. I'm also on YouTube live, which is great. Great. Right, there we go. Screens are good to go. Awesome sauce. So let's go ahead and talk about this eclipse in Leo here. Now, I'm going to show you the chart on my screen so you can see what I'm seeing. And here it is. Here's the beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. South Node eclipse in Leo happening at 10:46 a.m. over here in Phoenix time. Also kind of PST time, same as PST. Add 3 hours for EST. So there's that. And this is the chart. This is what we're looking at for the total solar eclipse in Leo happening on August 12th. So right off the jump, my eyes goes to all of this Leo energy jam packed over here. We have South Node, Leo, Moon, Leo, Sun, Leo, Jupiter, Leo, Mercury, Leo. That is a lot of Leo energy. And what do these planets, these celestial bodies, each have to say about Leo, right? Well, first with Mercury, messenger god. Messenger god, right? The message of Leo. What is Leo communicating? Jupiter, the gospel planet. This is the planet of the higher spiritual octave. We're looking at the book, the Gospel of Leo here as well. What does that look like? What does that sound like? Sun sign, source of sanity, the self, right? Universe, you inverse, it's you. And at the core, we're looking at the Leo inside of all of us. Moon, source of happiness, emotional needs. When we stop resisting what we emotionally need, we typically find a happier person in this world. That's why I think it's a source of happiness right here. Moon in Leo, right? What does a Leo emotionally need? And then we got the South Node in Leo, right? South Node being the shadow, the weight. If not checked, it's the distorted Leo without all the other higher octave energies attached to it. So Mercury in Leo has something to express, something to communicate, information to share. Jupiter in Leo, the highest octave of Leo. Leo is ruled by the heart, to be seen in our love, to be seen as our good, in our good, not for the validation of other people, just because it lives inside of us. I love to think of Jupiter in Leo as being seen as a channel of love, as a channel of divine spirit, that channel of creativity. Understanding here that Moon in Leo as well is the emotional energy of Leo, saying and speaking what we feel with our heart in the center as well. Sun in Leo, it's to shine, it's to illuminate. Fixed fire, we're looking at here with Leo, right? Fixed fire. Thinking of fire here as creativity, impulse, action, drive, passion, right? Fire spreads. The first fire sign of the zodiac is that of Aries. It's the first spark. It's the big bang. It's boom, here I am. Cardinal fire, though, right? Each element has its cardinal, fixed, and mutable expression. Cardinal initiates. It's the action. It's the doing. It initiates the season typically. And in this case, Aries being the initiator of spring. It's the initiator of a new beginning. Once that new beginning starts to settle and the fruits start to ripen, there is fixed fire going, yes, this is delicious. It's the tomato that stands and is on a stalk and it's going, look at me, I'm red, I'm here, I'm ripe, I'm ready for the taking. And the creative power of fire there is channeled into Leo. Creativity, expression, art, the inner child. It is the poet. It is dramatic because sometimes this world is dramatic in its expression, right? Think of a flower, it's here, and huzzah, the flower, how beautiful the flower in its many ways going, I am here, look at me, smell me. I'm delicious. I feel good. I smell good. And we smell the flower and it brings a smile to our faces, right? And in that, we understand Leo a little bit more. Jupiter and Leo here reminding us that it is our shine, it is our light to be seen as the Son of God, illuminating that love, to be seen in that inspires others to do good, to be good. I think of Pope Leo. I've been looking up Pope Leo, lots of Pope Leo stuff, thanks to my partner introducing me to him as well. And how, even in that, Pope Leo chose the name Pope Leo for a reason. And there's a through line with popes who have like adopted the name Leo. There have been the tyrannical, very dramatic, gaudy Leo expressions of Pope Leos in the past. And there have been very considerate Pope Leos where we're looking at the matters of the heart, the humanitas, the human spirit, and how Leo, when it shines in its loyalty, it shines for those most vulnerable as well. It shines to bring warmth to those most vulnerable. And even this current Pope and what he's doing and what he's preaching. Now, mind you, I'm not Catholic, practicing Catholic by any means. I grew up in it, but I'm not practicing in it. I can still look at the spirituality around it, though, and admire it and the untimeliness of this Pope and how he is literally speaking up on behalf of the immigrants. He is calling out the U.S. and their treatment of other people and saying that this is not what God is about. This is not what love is about. This is not what we preach. And at its core, there's a reason why Jesus Christ is known to be the Son of God, right? The Son, sure, S-O-N, but S-U-N. It's what illuminates God's beauty, right? And looking at the sun, it's beautiful, it's so godly, it's omnipotent, right? But it's not asking to be seen, it's there. It's just there. You can't help but look at it. But if you turn up the heat of the sun way too much, right? What happens? It scorches the earth. Life is impossible to thrive when we turn up that heat. It burns. If we turn it down too low, what happens? Apathy. We're cold. We're detached. Where is the life? But if we turn it on just right, and we just let that life and that light spread, it illuminates. People feel the warmth in that just right Goldilocks kind of way. So, in that, we have Mercury here communicating something about visibility. Jupiter really like creating philosophy around visibility and illumination. The sun here, again, amplifying it all. Everything that's filtered through the sun gets amplified. And the moon here, wanting us to emotionally express in a way that helps us connect with our humanity, helps us connect with what we want, what needs to be seen. And the South Node in Leo really amplifying visibility in its shadow sense. Going back to this idea of turning up the sun too much, turning up that megaphone too much, right? That is the South Node in Leo. And we see it in rooms of cult leaders. We see it in the rooms even with this presidency, the Orange Cheeto himself. He is a Leo rising. I'm curious what this eclipse is going to do in his first house. We're all thinking it. Anyways, all that being said, yeah, we see the shadow of Leo in a person like that, where here is the truth, right? That's what Leo does. Here is the truth. Here is God. Here is my love. And sometimes what we are projecting out as truth isn't inherently all true. We confuse charisma for truth, and charisma reflects truth. It's not the full embodiment of truth, it is the reflection of truth. And the reflection of truth isn't the totality of the truth. And now, mind you, there's a time and place where we gotta reflect truth. We get to reflect truth while we understand it being embodied in oneself, right? It's about walking through the eyes of God, spirit, source, universe. And sometimes we gotta walk as if we were in those shoes until it's finally like, yes, I get it now, and it's embodied, and I illuminate, and I'm not just reflecting the light. But that's the part of the light here we got to look at. What light are you reflecting? And is it really light? Is it really love? South Node Leo, it is look at me, 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 and the validation we get from the praise of other people and being seen by other people, how wonderful it is to be validated in our experience. But if it isn't inherently true, a lot of us get some visibility, let's say, growing up by being the responsible one, by always being the funny one, by always being so helpful and supportive, even on the days where we didn't want to. So we might have translated being the funny one as like, oh, well, I only get validation when I'm funny. And if I'm sad, if I have another experience, then I don't know. I'm not going to get the same amount of validation. So I guess I must always be the funny one. I guess I must always be the caregiver, the reliable one, the responsible one, the whatever it is, whatever these labels, identities that were projected onto us, some real intently, some not so intentionally. We don't realize, a lot of adults don't realize how they're influencing the young people with their words and with their projections. And influence here is a really good word for Leo, which says at its highest octave, hopefully at its highest octave, it's about really being a source of influence that uplifts and inspires, that illuminates, that puts the heart at the forefront. But we all have access to this Leo influence in some way, shape, or form, right? And some can use it for quote unquote evil. Some could use it to manipulate and contort. Even what I'm doing here, sure, the negative connotation of the word manipulation feels like seedy and evil, but influence and manipulation go hand in hand. I'm trying to get you to understand something. I'm trying to get you to understand a truth, a perspective I'm carrying. And in that relationship, some carry it responsibly and some really don't. Some really just go, great. I'm just going to, since this influential power is available, I'm going to get you, I'm going to control. I'm going to control the room. I'm going to control the agenda. I'm going to control the narrative to fit my truth, my insecurities, my gospel, whatever it is. But are you really practicing what you preach? And is what you preach true? Does it serve the collective? At least that's what I'm looking at here, because directly opposite, we're looking at this Leo energy in relationship to this North Node in Aquarius. Now, South Node in Leo, it's to look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And North Node in Aquarius is the, well, if you didn't need applause, if you didn't crave or all that validation, who would you be? Who would you be as an individuated self? If you, because we all want to be seen. I think the goal here, and this is what South Node Leo and North Node Aquarius end up hashing out, and their tension is in the middle here, is that the goal here is to be seen, but to be seen as our individuated self. As a self who knows when to step outside of the pack, outside of the echo chamber, especially as it's causing drama, especially if it's causing tension, especially if it's like, hold on, what are we actually doing here? Every truth, every light we emit to this world, it is adding to an echo chamber of influence in some way, shape, or form. And that's what we're looking at here with Aquarius: fixed air, fixed intellect, fixed critical thinking. Let's really use our brain. Let's really use our perception here to look at our truth and where the truth is coming from. Is it reflecting an echo chamber? I'm seeing this all throughout the social medias of these echo chambers, and how quickly we rally to cancel a person. And mind you, there's a time and place for the pain and all the things that come up in it, but we got to discern here in the ways our insecurities get projected into these echo chambers and just create more vacuums of insecurity that are just, quite frankly, not productive, not discerning. There's a space to hold and express with those emotions, right? But when it's used as artillery toward other people, when it doesn't hold the entirety, the whole complexity of truth, then we'll be fighting and fighting and fighting each other until, one of us faces our demise, I guess. That's the shadow of Leo. It's domination. It really is domination. It's dominating in truth. And now, mind you, the goal here is not just to be this humble little person and go, well, I'm just like, it's not about me. Influence, I don't want to influence. The goal here, hopefully, through this South Node Leo eclipse, is to really look at influence, to really look at, regardless of whether we like it or not, we're looking at truth and domination of truth as this other side, the opposing force, kicks up more of its nasty, just oppressive ass agendas. As they're dominating in their oppression, we have an opportunity here to dominate with our love, Leo, and our discernment. That is an echo chamber worth feeding. To dominate with our love, with our creativity, with our warmth, and our discernment. To rally behind the people, with the people, who looks at everyone and radically thinks here with that North Node Aquarius, I could do that. There is a realm here where I could do that. Perception is a choice. And we get to choose here the perception we want to build. All this Leo energy is wanting you to really step into your joy. Joy is an act of resistance as well. If we were to step outside of just like, I get it, there's a time and place for all the suffering, right? But at what point is just the fixation on the suffering really helping us? How can we truly be a part of a collective where we are creating a reality that feels like the new earth we're wanting and desiring. I think we really know what's dying. We know what's ending. We know what's collapsing. We know it. And there are plenty of people who are going to be over there just banging the drum, banging the drum. It's dying. It's dying. In that, we have an opportunity here to really focus on what we want to give life to, the world we want to give life to. If you're angry, if you're upset, if you are feeling cold or detached, channel it into some creativity. Channel it into something that gives life to your truth. I'm not bypassing anything here. I'm not bypassing the many realities that exist here right now. I'm looking at all these realities, looking at all these perceptions, and going, great. With my Leo talents and gifts, because everybody has them. You want to know where your Leo talents and gifts are? Look at your 5th house. Look at your sun sign, right? If I were to look at your Venus sign as well, there's a lot of creative energy there. If I were to use my Leo talents, my gifts as an individual, how do I contribute that? How do I use that to help others create a perception, one that feels more hopeful, one that is unconditional with my love, right? Now, mind you, unconditional love. We've been taught transactional love. I do this for you, you do this for me, right? But and like if I am to act like an asshole, right, or a tyrant, then love me unconditionally. Or this feeling of you have to love other assholes or whatever unconditionally. That's not what unconditional love means. That's what we're looking at with this north and south node here, is that unconditional love means that regardless of the conditions, it doesn't stop me from showing up as a loving and compassionate and discerning being. Regardless of the conditions, regardless of what echo chamber I'm in, regardless of what vacuum I'm in, regardless of what's happening in this world, it doesn't stop me from showing up as a loving individual. My love is not conditional on of other people. And that's what it means to walk here like the true sun, right? Like the true sun in Leo, the son of God. It's like, here you go. You're not taking anything from me. There is no cap on love. Love is endless. It just gives. The sun, even in that, it's just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. Right? So what we're looking at here with this beautiful tension of the sun is to be seen in our love and our light here. Opposite with this Aquarius, understanding that Aquarius is the patron saint of the collective, us all coming together as one, not the same one, wearing the same clothes or anything like that. We're not like drinking the same Kool-Aid, but as an individuated one, as one of the many light rays that the sun has to offer, right? A source of illumination. The collective is made of many different expressions of Leo. By the time we get to Aquarius, it's, can I be unapologetically myself? And that, embrace it. So it's not a threat. Being an individual, being myself, is the ultimate gift I can contribute to a collective. We all have gifts, talents. We all have many ways to illuminate. There are certain people I rely upon when I need help in certain things, and certain people I rely upon when I need other things. If I need someone who's mechanical and is really good with hands and processes, or even business related questions or anything like that, I'm relying on my partner for that. And that's beautiful. That is in his individual self. He came into this world through his experiences and explorations of truth with just an interest in that. And I love that. So I can sit down and be like, great, illuminate this for me. And it's so beautiful. I think that's the gift of Leo, is we all came into this world to shine, right? in Aquarius as an individual, as an individuated self. And if we were all to be that bright Leo self as a part of a collective, now we got Aquarius. Now we got Aquarius. Now we got some evolution. It's the humility of going, hey, this is me, but here is you. And I love that. I love you. How amazing to bring the best of you, the brightest you to this world. So as this world is going boom, 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 this is it. This is it. You, us, we get to go, this is it as well. This could be it. All right? I love you. I hold you. I witness you. I see you. Thank you for doing this work. Please join the collective. Please and thank you. It's my private membership community. We're going to be doing a workshop on this South Node Leo eclipse even more. You'll get journaling prompts to apply to your chart. We get to integrate this medicine with a guided meditation as well. There's an online platform for us to integrate this as well. We do open mic nights, all the things. Book club is coming soon. Check out the link in my bio. It's a no-brainer for $11.99 a month. You want a space to start being this beautiful, bright self? Join, sign up for my collective. A lot of this work I do just like this, but it would be an amazing contribution, right? Sign up for the collective. It's linked in my bio on Instagram. It's linked in the description on YouTube, all right? Check it out, please, and thank you. Now, on that note, this is the part of our time here where I get to read some personal charts. I'm already 15 minutes behind. Thank you for your patience in advance and the consideration. I'm going to start first here with Selena. Anything for Selenas. I have 2 more slots available for these little mini 15-minute readings. If you would like one, again, go to the link in the description on YouTube. And if you comment chart on Instagram, I will send you to your messages. So either or. Putting up your chart here, Selena. Thank you for your patience, love. Oh. There we go. Let me just verify your birth details here. And also, everyone stay around. Chances are you will see yourself in this reading as well. All right. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. Great. So, Selena, this message is for you, love. Here we go. Questions here about moving and identity and all of these things. So I'm looking right away at your north and your south node. This question of belonging, where do I belong? I'm usually looking at the 4th house. And in your 4th house, we have south node Cancer. Understanding south node Cancer. First, let's think Cancer. Cancer is the crab. It's all mush. It's feeling, it's emotional. It's the tough exterior, but inside it's all mushy. It is this feeling of nurturance and care. It is mama bear energy. It's protective. It will step in when people need, right? Doesn't really wait for an invitation to help someone who needs. But if it's a complete stranger, if they're not family yet, with an arm's distance, like I will help you emotionally, nurturingly, all of that. But until I really know and I feel like, oh, this is my homie, this is my person, there's that feeling of like coldness and detachment from Cancer. But once you're in that Cancer energy, ooh, forget about it. All in. Cancer love, right? Cancer, ruled by the moon, it's reflecting, right? It's a very private sign. Although it's cardinal water, right? And it initiates summer season, which is like, let's get the family together and do a barbecue at home, right? Let's go on a family vacation. Let's document this journey. Let's take pictures and photographs and all of that. Like, there's that feeling of Cancer. Mama of the zodiac, she is mother. Moon is mother as well. But with South Node, we're amplifying the shadow of Cancer. And the shadow of Cancer is can be like a neurotic octopus, basically, with all these arms going here, 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 here. You got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Are you good? You got your fillet, you got your fillet, you got your fillet. I got a bowl of ramen noodles. I'm okay. You have everything. You got everything. I'm fine over here. I'm glad you like your food. It's good. It tastes good. Everybody around you. It's just like a helicopter parent for everyone around you, Selena. That's what we're looking at here. And although we're like hovering around all these people, right? There is also this feeling of like, well, what about me? What about me? What about my own thing? I would say when we are so heavily invested by our family, with our family, whether it's chosen family, birth family, whatever it is, that's the fourth house here. It's where we come from, it's where we belong. I would say you probably carry some responsibility here. Come on, Aries rising. There's some leadership here. I totally see that leadership coming in over here in the fourth house, Leo, as well. Your loyalty runs deep, especially with the people you love. But what about you? North Node, Capricorn. When we look at Capricorn and Cancer, perfect opposites, of course, we're looking at mommy, Cancer, and daddy, Capricorn. And in the middle here, they're exploring security in some way. Whereas daddy is like, well, I got to provide. You know, the masculine, I have to provide. And not saying that the feminine doesn't provide, right? Feminine does provide in many ways. And how these archetypes provide, though, are very different. Capricorn provides in the I'm going to show up, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to tend to the garden, you know, I'm going to tend to the fruit, all the many wonderful things because I got to feed the family. We got to feed the family. And Cancer is the mom who goes, great, here's the baby suckling on my teat. I'm providing milk. I'm providing resource. I'm providing love and care and softness and nurturance for these little babies so that daddy could do work. Daddy can do work. And there is that energy here with, and it's not patriarchal in that sense. This is, if you look at the world and nature itself, you will see this energy throughout the animal kingdom. We're no different from them. We're no separate from them. So whether we're queer identifying folks or anything like that, this exploration of masculine and feminine is a natural process. It's natural. You know, it's in life where great, there is the feminine energy to provide in their own ways and the masculine to provide in their own ways. And not saying that in these masculine or feminine forces there's not feminine or masculine within them as well. It's this dance, right? So North Node Capricorn says, great, I have to look at feminine and how maybe feminine, whatever the feminine energy in you and the I got to care for everyone might be a little distorted, right? Might be a little distorted. We equate how much we emotionally give and nurture as being the only value we bring to other people's lives. But North Node Capricorn, to do the day in, day out unglamorous work, sometimes we just got to strap our boots on and we got to do something. We got to commit to something. We got to build resource here through Capricorn in a material way. You know, it is to build up these resources. You know, money is part of the conversation. We think of that with Capricorn, 10th house. Career, legacy, purpose. Selena, come on. What is our career looking like here? How are we really like daddying right now? It's time to step into that daddy era, whatever that is for you. And it's like, great, I can give and give and give like this emotionally, but man, am I burnt out and exhausted. I got to think of how to build resourcefully so that the people in these beautiful spaces that you love and care for know how to provide for themselves as well. In fact, here are all the resources. Here they are in the barn, in the back. You help yourself. I already did the work. Help yourself. You're good, right? So that is something to consider here. 10th house, Capricorn, North Node. That's what we're reaching toward. It is our North Star of like Capricornian excellence. is to show up and do the work that matters every day. Every day. Emotions will still be present. Cancer will start slipping through the cracks of the foundations and whatnot. But that let's practically, like, what is the 5 year plan, the 10 year plan? What is that mountain you'd like to climb as well? And if you feel like you got to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. Travel. Why not? Here we go. We got Black Moon Lilith in Sagittarius. Black Moon Lilith literally being the planet or the celestial body of how we reclaim our energy in the dark feminine, in the divine, in the ninth house of travel, philosophy, with the very philosophical placement. What do you believe in? Does this current home base mirror, reflect what you believe in? And if not, is there someplace else where that energy is already present so that you don't, continue pouring into these spaces that just might not be there? And that's okay. Even the mama bird has to flee the nest to let the baby birds figure it out for themselves. But you got to figure out what you want. What legacy do you want to build? And trust that if you build it wholeheartedly for yourself, you will get that recognition. You will gain those coins and those pentacles. And in that, you'll be like, here you go. Here you go. I have it. I have an abundance. I have an overflow. Let's play. Let's have fun. That's the thing about Capricorn. It's work hard and play hard, right? It's fun. It's letting loose, but it's the playing hard that comes from doing good work. Doing good work. Whatever the good work is for you. All right, love? So that's what you got to consider here. What you get to consider here. What is the work? Do I feel like I'm doing good work? Do I feel like I'm doing great work? And commit to it. We got this South Node eclipse here happening in your 5th house. Creativity, maybe the inner artist is coming online and going, great, I'm going to create a legacy of some sort, an artistry. Maybe you start embracing your inner artist here. And in the 10th house way, North Node Capricorn. Now the artist with the Capricorn is like, every day we show up to the craft. Every day we show up to the table. No hesitation, no questions asked. Every day, even on the days, especially on the days we don't want to. Okay? All right, love. That's what I have for you. Good reading. Good stuff. Let me drink some cafecito, please, and thank you. Again, friends, if you're wanting to book one of these 15-minute readings, you can comment chart on Instagram. You can book through the link in my description on YouTube as well. So there's that. Next on the list, let's see what we got going on here, is K. K, 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 K. Wherever you are in the world. From Humacao, Puerto Rico, let me find out. Let me find out. K's from Humacao, Puerto Rico. Qué rico. Puerto Rico in the house. I love that. Mi familia de Cabo Rojo y de Boquerón. So it's good to see some fellow Puerto Ricans in the house. Fuck yeah, that makes me happy. Espérate. Let me... Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, Humacao. Humacao, Puerto Rico. Pues sí. Let me just read your notes real quick, Kay. Hello, friends. Good to see new friends joining. Oh my God, my tío's in Juncos. I love Juncos. To have Juncos so close. I mean, the El Yunque so close. It's beautiful. I love Juncos. I miss Puerto Rico. Oye, tu familia. Your familia is doing okay over there? I just checked on them today with the water situation in Puerto Rico. Está cabrón. It's awful. Okay. Perfect. Uh-huh. Okay. Awesome. Here we go. Okay. Mira, Kay. Vamos a hablar. So, Here's the thing about your south node in Leo, right? And this north node in Aquarius. Let's break it down. We talked about in the beginning of this whole entire session. If you didn't hear it, go back, listen to it, and start pulling some threads for yourself. Since your midheaven is Leo, Sun is in Leo, South Node is in Leo, we got to talk about some things here. First off, Leo came into this world to be seen. All right? Leo came into this world to be seen, to be witnessed, right? But you, people like you and I, my South Node is in Leo as well. How we're witnessed, what is being witnessed really matters. So with South Node here and the Sun, you really came into this world already with that natural, like people lean in and listen to you. It's a power that you just have. Like people will find you. You can't help it. There is that natural sort of charisma, like that thing. You throw in Scorpio here, Scorpio rising. Scorpio is very magnetizing. People magnetize to you with their emotion, with their weight, with their like existential crisis, even from time to time. Who knows? And Scorpio doesn't turn its back on that. Scorpio's just like, okay, whatever, it's here. Dolo Yang. Not a problem. I'm here. I'm here for you. But with ninth house Leo, we're looking at potentially like a past life or a current comfort zone, a narrative of being seen in ninth house philosophy, truth, ideology, meaning, beliefs that don't really feel like our own. It's to, in many ways, let's say, to be involved in a church. And church is like churching, religion is religioning. And they're like, all right, this is it. And, South Node Leo probably here involved in a church once upon a time or whatnot, and gay people are gonna go to hell. Queer people are gonna die. Now, mind you, 5 minutes before this whole sermon, we were dancing in the name of God, like, yes, singing, praise be, ninth house, yes, Leo energy, dancing, batons, ribbons, this is Jesus, this is God, it's pageantry, it's wonderful, Leo, ninth house, it's beautiful. And then the pastor gets up on the pulpit and goes, but you are all gonna go to hell if you sleep with the same sex. And in a past life, maybe in a current life or whatever, this is just like an example. It doesn't mean it actually happened, right? There might be a mirroring of this somewhere. South Node Leo goes, yeah, right? Because everybody around them is going, yeah. Yeah. It's just to be that yes person with a belief system that doesn't feel, there's disconnect, there's cognitive dissonance of like, here I am preaching all the preach, here I am, but like we might be doing all of this and acting like this, but it doesn't feel honest. It doesn't feel like love. This is not what love looks like. This is not what love feels like. And that's where the North Node in Aquarius conversation comes in. Because the North Node in Aquarius would have looked at all that pageantry and all the religion and all the belief, and God is going to smite you if you're this or you're that or you're this or you're this. And then North Node Aquarius, like, to keep that to yourself. To keep that to yourself. To know that something is off, to know the truth. And now the mission of this North Node Aquarius is, I'm going to tell the truth. Even if I'm not liked, even if people don't get me, I'm going to tell the truth. Because the agenda of shame, of guilt, of pain, of suffering, all of that in an environment that's meant to inspire, to uplift, that's got to change. That's got to go. Third house, North Node Aquarius. And I must communicate this truth. Third house of siblings. Third house of local neighbors. It's not the 11th house of community where it's like the whole world, like the collective, right? It's the third house of something like very intimate. It's the people closest to you. To tell the truth with the people closest to you, as the people who you formed these very ninth house, we all believe the same thing bonds with. So the North Node Aquarius mission is to go, guys, we got to look at this. We got to look at our responsibility in how our truth can be damaging to more than just this space. What agenda am I really contributing here? Who am I really feeding? What truth am I really illuminating? Because validation can only get you so far. But to be an outlier with our truth and to still be validated in that experience, that is what individuation looks like. Where South Node Leo, ninth house, who knows? We probably were the pastor or the preacher or the whatever in a past life. And everybody believed in you, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're so good, you're so this, and Leo in a very beautiful way got that. Oh my God, thank you, you see me. But they didn't. They didn't really see you. You didn't really believe in what you were preaching. So the goal here is to North Node Aquarius, say the truth, to hold the paradox, to hold the tension, discerningly, ask the questions, to stand apart from the pack. And as you stand apart the pack and you preach that truth, bam, you illuminate with that sun in Leo. We're doing this again. Past life, we weren't so sure. We died with a lot of uncertainty. We got a lot of flowers. Who knows? We were probably memorialized in ways and probably preaching something that was like, damn, it lacked more space to hold the complexity of spiritual meaning and belief making. To now, Sun in Leo, you're still meant to be seen. Crown in Leo, you're still meant to be seen. But through an Aquarius lens. Aquarius is a rebel, is a revolutionary, stands outside the pack. And here's the thing about every revolutionary voice, every voice who has pushed this sort of echo chamber Leo energy forward, because that's Leo terrain. At the center of every single one of these echo chambers that's going, which all that is Aquarian energy, air energy. Here is the perception. Here is the perception. At the center of all of it, you will find a charismatic Leo voice summoning their troops in some way, right? And that is a superpower that people like you and I and other folks like this have of being able to influence. But how we influence really matters. And you want to hold that influence with integrity this lifetime, right? With integrity. Jupiter in Cancer here in the ninth house, the philosophies of care. This is not what care looks like. This, care is not, I'm always here, mira, mira, toma, 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 toma. No, care is regenerative. Love is regenerative. So how do I embody that? Illuminate that? And in turn, that becomes the platform from which I preach upon with others, With Aquarius, we're always looking at other people, a group of some sort. But I think in the third house, we're looking at a local group, a local community. It's worth looking at who you can serve locally with your love, with your truth, and with that discerning Aquarian. Okay, well, we got to check our egos here. We got to check our egos, especially in these ninth house spaces where at the top of the food chain, you typically find somebody being like, here's the Bible. It's not the Bible always like, here's the law, whatever. Here are the truths, and don't read. I got you. I will read it for you. I will interpret it for you. North Node Aquarius wants us to really think critically about that. Okay? So we have this South Node eclipse here. which is going to be hovering in your 10th house, okay? So we're looking at career, we're looking at legacy, we're looking at work. What do we want to be remembered for? What do we want to be seen in? Seen in our truth. 10th house, we also have Mercury, messenger planet in Virgo. Like Mercury is how we communicate in Virgo. We communicate with feedback. We communicate with precision. Like what you see as not working, it's for you to communicate. You gotta give it language. You gotta give it language. You gotta give it context. You gotta say what you mean. Even if people don't get it, even if people take it personally, even if you're not validated for it. It's okay if people don't get you, because with every person not getting you, it's leading you closer and closer and closer to the people you actually want to belong to. All right? All right. That's what I have for you, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, book a one-on-one reading with me. Like we can go even deeper with this, for sure, for sure. Um, Give me 1 second here. I got Goddess Good. Oh no, the link is not working. Let me just check over here real quick, love. Do a little troubleshooting and make sure what's going on here. Please and thank you. When you say the link is not working, Goddess Good, um, which one are you referring to? Just so I know and I can see so I can check what's broken here. You're welcome, Kay. Very welcome. Oh, you're so right. It's not. Okay, let me fix this. I'm so glad you told me. Uh, all right. Great. Thank you, Amor. Um, if you well, I know you're here, and I have time to squeeze in a reading for you here, love. Um, if you could, I don't know, if you could post your information here in the chat, and I could pull up your chart if you don't mind. But if you want to keep that information to yourself, I totally get it. I'm gonna try and fix this here real quick. Man, I'm so sorry that happened. I'm fixing it here. It's up to you, love. If not, I can email you the link real quick. There's that. And apologies for that and the confusion. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, you post your information here, goodness God, and I will do your reading now. You'll be my last reading for today. And if anybody else wants to book a reading for the future, then you can comment chart, and I will. If you comment chart on Instagram, I'll send you the DM and the link to book the reading. Do do do. Website. Da, da, da. Okay. Perfecto, perfecto. Yay. Thank you, love. Thank you for that. I'm going to get your reading up here now. I just want to fix this real quick so that other people don't have the same problem. Okay. Almost there, love. Thank you for your patience. I promise it'll be worth it. Just doing this on the spot so that people in the future don't have a problem with this as well. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Bam. Aye. Okay. All right. Let me do this. Let me do this. Here we go. Pulling up your chart real quick. Love. God is good. God is good. What's your name? What's your name if you don't mind sharing it? What? You're having your birthday is on this eclipse? This is wild. DC. Thank you for that. Here's the thing. We have all this Leo energy up here, right? All of it up here in this ninth house. Okay. This is what we get to look at here. South Node eclipse, ninth house. Bam, bam, bam. And with this South Node eclipse, we're looking at philosophy, we're looking at spirituality, we're looking at what we believe in. I can't help but look at this ninth house. You have Leo sun here, moon in Leo as well, of like communicating some beliefs here. We're communicating a belief system. We are expressing it as well, expressing it with our love. I think ninth house Leo, we're looking at the philosophy of creativity itself. What is life but a creative act, right? You are a creative act. I made a video on this yesterday where I'm like, we're not creative waiting for permissions, right? We're creative acts. It's active, it's action. And so long as we put that heart right at the forefront, and it's true and it's real for us, we create for ourselves, we will typically, as a bonus, probably find some flowers, some applause, some people, who knows, on the other side of the spectrum. But what makes this difficult is this South Node in Virgo. You know, 10th house is where we're seen in our philosophy and our truth. 9th house is where we go to school to learn that truth. We go to the school of life, I like to think of it as, right? So we go to school, we learn here, we explore here, all the many wonderful things, right? And then we bring all of that over here to your 10th house, where eventually we build a legacy, a career, some purpose from everything we learned here. In your case, Leo, like art school, translating that art, you know, the pain, the trauma, the struggle into something that is expressed and in turn reflects the universal spirit of our humanity, right? Now, all this 10th house, we're kind of learning visibility the hard way because Virgo wants it to be perfect. Virgo wants it to be right. Virgo, South Node Virgo, we're looking at this sort of obsession with, well, if this is in the right plot, is this in the right place, and this is, and like, once everything is in its box, then I'll do the thing. Then I'll do the creative thing. Then I'll be an artist, right? No, we're looking at taking all this beautiful ninth house Leo energy and really building skills and frameworks with Virgo here in the 10th house to hopefully get us to embrace our inner child, our creative self, you know. You'd make an amazing art teacher, I think, if you aren't already in that space. A creative coach of some sort as well. That on one side of the spectrum, yeah, we need that Virgo skill of like getting better with our creative self, with and everything in this world is creativity. You know, the way we make a meal is a creative act. The way we have a conversation is a creative act. How we wear clothes is a creative act. Artistry is not just like, I'm a painter, I'm a singer, I'm a poet. Everything in this world is creatively influenced and communicated through all the many Leo selves in the world, right? So the goal here, though, is we gotta start. We get to South Node Virgo will very quickly be like, "Oh, that was wrong. That was wrong. This wrong thing happened to me." Right? To North Node Pisces, to embody and metabolize the pains, the struggles, the traumas, and everything through a North Node in Pisces, who lets go. Let go of the perfectionism. Let go of it being wrong. Let go of the negative feedback you even receive from putting yourself out here in such a beautiful way. Let go of it all, so long as your heart and your love and forgiveness, so long as forgiveness is at the center of all these beautiful things we're creating over here with all this Leo energy here on this eclipse moment. Ooh, that's the sauce. That is what we're looking for. We're looking at Leo influence, right? Through this Piscean lens, which is, can I look at my pain, my suffering, the traumas, the heaviness in the world, and also look at the joy, the love, the beauty, the creativity in this world as well. Anytime I sit with someone who has a North Node Pisces, I am always reminded by a quote by Ram Dass where he says, "Hold on tightly, let go lightly." Hold on tightly, let go lightly. Hold on tightly in these moments that are so precious and so beautiful, right? But recognizing that sometimes we gotta let it go, especially when it becomes the crutch. You know, something good happens and we just want to hold on to that good thing. And oh my God, this good thing. I just want this good thing to last forever. And how much of that good thing, wanting that good thing lasts forever, wanting it to last forever, gets in the way of all the other good things that pass by. Same thing with our pain, our suffering, our struggles. We'll hold on to a story. We'll hold on to the victimization. We'll hold on to that pain and hold on to that pain and hold on to that pain because it affirms a narrative of a world we're perceiving. And the idea of letting it go and who am I without this story? For some of us, many of us, feels so hard and daunting. So let go lightly of that. Let go in love. Let go in truth. North Node Pisces, to embody the highest principles of Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, Muhammad consciousness, Allah consciousness, universal consciousness, quantum consciousness, whatever it is, whatever that thing is, that when you sit down and you listen to some woo-woo person who is just like, you are the creator of your own reality, all of these universal laws, law of resonance, law of polarity, law of gender, law of influence, all of it, when you listen to that as like the holy doctrine of how this world works, when you listen to the Tao Te Ching and how, you know, Lao Tzu talks about that the only thing is the Tao, the only thing constant is the Tao. The Tao is the Tao. There is that. What is the Tao? It is the Tao. It just is. It's the isness of it all. But South Node Virgo is the gripping. It's like this is the isness. instead of the allowance of whatever the isness is, and then ninth house territory creating with it. Philosophically, through every creative act, through everything you create, it's a philosophical conversation with life. What is life? Why is life? Why is pain? Why is joy? And can I use my sun, my expression, my creativity as the catalyst, as the fuel to transmute these philosophical questions and in turn present them to the world and in turn inspire others in some way to look at their light, to look at the universal love that is always present whenever available. Universe is not standing there going, okay, cool, you need another story, you need another struggle, you need to pay X amount of dollars in 5 easy payments of however many dollars or pains or struggles, and then you'll get the good things. No, universe is not keeping that from you. Universe isn't punishing you. Universe is reflecting what you're resonating. That's all that it is. And it's ready to help you resonate in love and empathy and kindness and compassion and letting go and forgiveness. Whenever you're just ready to let go of that story. And then you ask one of the most beautiful Piscean questions. If I let go of this story, then wow, who am I? What is it? What is that? What is the dream? What is the vision? What? Fun. Now we get to create. Now we get to create. 11-11 for me over here. How cool. Definitely aligned. All right, dear. So when is it time? Well, I think you gotta remove ego from your creativity. South Node, Leo here in that ninth house. Gotta let go of ego from your beliefs, from your philosophies. This is the great ego dissolution. Right? To dissolve the ego enough to then go, okay, what else is possible? What else is possible? What else is here? What else do I get to create? What story do I get to create from this? Because you can reframe that story of trauma, all the many traumas you can. You got to clock that because we got 2 victims here in your chart, like not victims forever, but there's a proclivity to victimization. We got, Scorpio here. We got South Node Virgo over here as well. This obsession with what's wrong. Let that go. Let's start dreaming and creating a world worth living in. Okay? Yeah. 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 The chronic pain for sure. And the chronic pain is being a literal physical manifestation of the times perhaps we've been unwilling to let go. Pick up a copy of The Body Keeps Score. This applies to anybody experiencing chronic pain or it's not a book that bypasses chronic pain or anything, but like pick up a copy of The Body Keeps Score, right? And there's a lot of really wonderful wisdom in there and practices to help us somatically let go of things because the body is bracing, right? And the body bracing is limiting us from experiencing all the many gifts that are here right now. That's what we see here with Virgo and Pisces. South Node Virgo, we can create hell here on earth by obsessing over what's wrong. North Node Pisces, we can dream up heaven here on earth. Oh, wow, you just ordered that book. Ah! There you go. Synchronicity. We love it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, and we collectively pass through South Node Virgo as well. We're in South Node Leo, North Node Aquarius now. And there was that South Node Virgo. Just this puritanical fixation with how people show up. It's a very unforgiving. South Node could be very unforgiving in Virgo. And it's like, this is wrong, you're wrong. And just this like obsession in a puritanical lens of just this obsession with purity. But North Node Pisces loves the sinner as much as they love the divine being, right? And understanding, well, whatever this thing that South Node Virgo shames as being wrong, you need to be doing better, right? North Node Pisces of, can we start from a place of love and compassion and understanding that in whatever we're shaming or picking apart in others is shaming us. And when we shame others, when we point fingers at others, right? Three fingers are pointing back at you. So it's like we're spouting out all this poison and shame at other people, and we're receiving it 3 times back toward us. The body's going to keep score. Yeah, it's called The Body Keeps Score, the book. It's a good one. Really, really good one. All right, dears. Well, on that note, I'm going to let you go for now. Sign up for the collective. Join the collective. Come to my eclipse workshop. It's $11.99 a month. You get personalized horoscopes. You get an online community. You get open mic nights, workshops, supplementary workshops as well. Bonus workshops that come through every now and then. A lot jam-packed in there. Book club, $11.99 a month. Y'all probably spend that much or more on a Chipotle bowl. So support the community, of course, support this vision, and support yourself. There's a lot of resource here. A lot of ways for you to be a part of. The link is in the description to join the collective. It's also in the bio on Instagram if you want to join the collective as well. And there's that. That's what we got to. Oh, Yada. I'm so sorry, Yada. You are so right. Thank you for. I didn't see it up on the screen here. All right, cool. I lied. We got one more reading. Yada. Perdón. I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm so glad you said something. Because I'm like, I didn't see your thing pop up here. I'm coming, love. There we go. That keep happening. I gotta change that. I'm sorry. I gotta look at why that keeps happening. So, Yada, here we go. I'm sorry about the no sound thing. What I'm doing right away here is I'm looking at the north and the south node, right? And what I was saying before is that when we look at the trajectory of our whole life, when we look at it, right? And we take that final breath, we see the hero's journey. At the core of this hero's journey, we will find the tension of this north and south node. It's all very different for all of us. Very different for all of us, right? So, south node. First beginning with south node here. South node Taurus. We got to understand Taurus first and the medicine of Taurus because the wisdom of Taurus is inherently simple, right? It's inherently simple. It is to realize that right here, right now, we are literally living in the Garden of Eden. Fruit, vegetables, plants, animals, material things, things that make us feel comfortable, things that feel good, things that bring the body down here to earth where we realize like, yes, earth is where it's at. This is what it's all about. What a gift it is. Look around. We are in the literal Garden of Eden. We can cut open a pepper, and in that pepper there are hundreds of seeds. And from those hundreds of seeds, hundreds and hundreds more peppers can grow from. And Taurus really understands this. It's just like, you know what? I can be here. I can be in peace. I can be in peace. I can look at struggle. I can experience struggle as information that goes, you know what? No, I'm going to sit over here. It's not worth my time, not worth my energy, not worth my peace. So Taurus at his highest octave really understands that and embodies earthly pleasures. I think with South Node here, we're amplifying the shadow of Taurus, which is sometimes earthly pleasures can be too much. Sometimes it comfortable can be too comfortable, right? Sometimes comfortable can be too comfortable. Sometimes it can be too excessive. What about like, because we can build these houses, right? We can build these houses. We can build these silos and feel immensely alone in them. They can feel like prisons, like coffins, sarcophaguses, right? And in that, it's like, cool, well, what temple am I really building here? And is this temple really a temple, or is it a prison? Do I feel stuck in this? And the everyday is the same. And deep down inside, your heart is yearning, your soul, your spirit is yearning for some change. North Node Scorpio is to embody change. The only thing constant is change. And we might look at everything on paper, and on paper everything looks good in a very South Node Taurus way. Things look good, things feel good. I should be grateful for this. But do I feel alive in this? Now, mind you, the goal is not to be this unapologetic adrenaline junkie all of a sudden, right? But rather to listen to the changes that your spirit has been calling toward you. To listen to what your spirit already knows. I think of the allegory here of the caterpillar. The metaphor of a caterpillar. Caterpillar wakes up every single day and is munching on some leaves every day. Munch, 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 munch. Wakes up. Hey, what's up, other caterpillar? What's on the agenda today? More leaves. Great. I'm going to eat more leaves. Munch, 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 munch. Next day is the same. Next day is the same. Very Taurus. Like, here I am. I'm just waking up, and I guess that's what we do. We go to sleep, wake up, eat leaves, go to sleep. Wake up, eat leaves, go to sleep. That's a humble life to live. It's beautiful. It's needed from time to time. But one day the caterpillar starts eating a leaf and goes, oh God, something's happening inside of me. And they turn over to their other caterpillar friend and they're like, dude, I think I gotta go. He's like, all right, I'll be here eating leaves. Bye. So caterpillar goes, feels something happening, changes, starts changing, and literally becomes shit in a cocoon, a chrysalis of some sort, breaks its bones into like nothingness. There's nothing solid in there. It's like in a cave. It's in literal, shrouded in literal darkness. What? Okay. I guess I'll go into this cocoon. I guess I'll go into this cave. I don't know what's in here, but I got to. Something in my body told me that I had to do this. You know, I had to do this. The caterpillar wasn't going, oh, something got to change. And then they go, I guess I'll just stay here. I guess I'll just stay here. It's like, no, here it is. Here's the impulse and boom, out we go. We got to go out there. We got to change. So here it goes. Out comes the butterfly eventually one day from that chrysalis, right? Although we're in the shit, the universe in that chrysalis form is created a little shield around this thing as it's forming. And out comes the butterfly, and the caterpillar, what once was a caterpillar, goes, oh my God, what? I'm flying now? I can fly? Holy shit. Look at the view from up here. Look at the view. Holy moly. Wow, that cocoon, uncomfortable as fuck. Being in that darkness, being in that mystery, being in what I don't know, it was uncomfortable. I didn't know I was gonna come out like this though. I didn't know I was gonna come out a butterfly. Yeah, it was painful. Yeah, it was a struggle, but man, I was settling for leaves. I was settling for leaves. That's what, well, I don't want leaves anymore. I want the sweetest nectar that life has to offer. Give me the nectar of that flower. Yes. Oh, wow. Wow, this tastes so much better than a leaf. Oh my God, I want more sweet things. And you know what? When I fly around, I want everyone to witness me and I want them to feel and experience beautiful things. Everybody sees a butterfly and go, oh, a butterfly. Nobody goes, ew, butterfly. Everybody sees a butterfly and goes, oh my God, that's such a beautiful butterfly. But we witness the butterfly. We don't think of the caterpillar, the breaking of bones, going into shit form, being shrouded by a chrysalis, the pain, the violence of all of that. It's like nothing about that process is comfortable. But we see the butterfly as this like beautiful, beautiful thing of just like, wow, what a gift. How wonderful. How beautiful. What a beautiful reminder. You know, the patron saint of butterfly, right? The patron saint of change. That little whisper from the universe, like, yeah, we're changing, but you're going to be all right. One day you're going to fly. But you got to be in this chrysalis for a little while. And from this chrysalis, you will be forged into a butterfly one day. You will fly. And in that butterfly carries the most beautifully tragic and gothic truth of Scorpio. I'm flying, I'm flying, I'm flying, and there it goes. A bird swipes in, eats the butterfly. It gets splattered onto a windshield somewhere. That's the end of the butterfly's life. And now I would think, the romantic in me thinks, like, the butterfly goes, but man, at least for that moment, I flew. At least for that moment, I was free. I was alive. I saw the world in color, true technicolor. I got to dance with other butterflies. I got to see so much more from this tiny little everyday eating my leaves bubble, right? I got to see something that I would have never seen had I resisted going into this chrysalis, going into this cocoon. And then we do it again and again. And each time we emerge a butterfly again and again and again and again. That is this axis of South Node Taurus, North Node Scorpio. It's to be the butterfly, and to stop resisting the butterfly. Yeah, the changes feel chaotic sometimes, but through every change, through every radical change we make in alignment with ourselves and what we want and what we desire, outside of the validation of the point of views that we get from other people, because other people are going to start being like, but you should stay here. It's comfortable. Oh my God, that sounds so much. No, something is pulling me. I got to die. I got to be reborn. Yeah, death, rebirth. I gotta see what's on the other side of this. I got to see the me on the other side of this. Because I might as well be dead if I stay here in the South Node Taurus territory. I might as well be dead. And that's the thing. There are plenty of 20-something years old, 20-something year olds or whatnot who are living this world because life is going like, but this is convenient. No, just sit on your sofa, watch the TV, eat the food. Oh, but like you got everything you could ever need. That might as well just be good as dead. They're shells of who they are in their own life because the culture around them is selling them convenience and comfort and all of that. And now, mind you, there's a time and place for it. I'm not saying don't ever be comfortable in your life. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's a matter of discerning, okay, sometimes comfort is the enemy of growth. Sometimes what glitters isn't always gold. So we get to show ourselves. That's the medicine here of North Node Scorpio, is to feel that aliveness that can only come through change, that can only come through a change that we cannot see the outcome on the other side. It's walking down a tunnel and there's no light at the end of it yet, but you know that there will be eventually. There will be a light at the end of this. so long as you walk bravely step by step. Ooh, baby. All right, dear. All right. That's what I got for you. Well, on that note, now now it's time to let you go and say goodbye for now. Again, come to my workshop, sign up for the collective. Link is in the description. Also, link is in my bio to sign up for that collective. I would love to have you in this shared space. I appreciate you. I value you. I'll be back live on Monday. I do these shows every Monday and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come through. Would love to have you. Make sure you have the notification bells and all the whistles on so you know whenever I'm on live. I do this on Instagram Live and on YouTube. So looking forward to seeing you in the next time. Happy eclipse. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you. I value you. I honor you. We'll talk very soon. Bye, 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 friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay.